What's up, Beaver Nation? Zach Taylor here, development baseball coach with the Oregon State baseball team, and we have another guest on today for you. We have with us AJ Singer, junior from Iowa Western, just transferred in this year. Grew up in Glendale, Arizona, so about time he moved over to the greater Northwest. We're excited to have you on the channel today, AJ.
Yeah, no, pumped to be here. Thank you for having me, and it's been a blast so far.
Of course, man. So, new guy coming in, like I said, just transferred in this year. Got a couple questions for you. All right. So, I'm going to run you through the gauntlet. It's not going to be anything crazy. Going to talk about expectations for the team this year. Going to talk about some personal interests on your side, and then really describing yourself. And we're actually going to start with that. So, I would say my overall question is, what do you bring to the table? Like, how would you describe your personal game from a physical standpoint, and then really your mentality?
I'll start with the game. I'd say being a littler person, I'd say I'm a scrappy guy. I love to get after it, and I love to compete. I'm going to give you the 110 that I have every day, and every day I continue to try and get better. And not only that, I push the people around me to be better baseball players, but more specifically, I push them to be better men. So I think that's a big thing with me is to make sure that everyone understands that your baseball career is only so long. So I'm here to also push you to be a better man.
I love that, man. And this brings me back to you actually gave a presentation
Yeah.
to not only the coaching staff, but you wanted to present to all the guys. What was that presentation about? Let Beaver Nation know.
I did. It was called. It's called Sad. I can't. I don't know if I can go into too much depth about it. But it was selfless, accountable, and disciplined. And it's
hmm
how do you create the best version of yourself while also creating a better version for the people around you.
I love that, man. And it was a phenomenal presentation, by the way. Again, we're not going to get into too much detail, but you also voiced kind of your aspirations moving forward, like after your playing career. And I wanted Beaver Nation to kind of hear that because I think it's really important and it's kind of a kudos to you and what you just talked about as far as like your mentality. You mentioned that you're not only here just to specifically play baseball, but it's like, man, you want to help the guys around you. You want to bring everyone together. And it's like you want to make them better men. So, kind of like, what do you mean by that?
Yeah, so obviously my feet are definitely present in Corvallis right now, but
Of
this
course.
baseball train's going to end for me. It just depends on when. And when I'm done with this, I'd love to be a coach and I'd love to present my ideas to a team aspect just as a coach rather than a player. So I think that would be cool. I do want to coach at home in Arizona. Maybe that'll change after this year with all the Corvallis fans, but we'll see.
No, man, that's cool. You're an Arizona native, so
Yes.
I completely understand. But like I said, man, being able to get to know you this year and build our relationship, like we've gotten along, I would say right away, and we're always giving each other a ton of crap back and forth, and that's kind of our relationship, and we push each other. But I love what you represent, man, and how you play the game, and especially your mentality too. You're someone that I feel like is never really going to give in. And I think that's what kind of Beaver Nation can expect this year, and it really fits the mold of what Oregon State is as a whole. So, moving forward with that, expectations for this year's squad. What do you got?
The expectations are very, very high. Not as play or even as players, it's high for each other. But I think the outsiders looking in, the expectations are extremely high. We lost obviously Bazana, but we gained Iva. We gained a lot of different people, and I think all the pieces to the puzzle definitely add up. And if you look at what our opening day lineup is, 1 through 9, there's still going to be 5 or 6 hitters that still have a chance to start every day. Like the depth on our roster is great. The depth on our pitching staff is insane. So the expectations as players, we expect to go very far, and I think we know we are capable of it. So it's just how do we get there?
I love it, man, and especially in today's day and age with the transfer portal, you being one of those guys, and you talked about Iva, right, and some of the other guys that we have, like it can be a hard dynamic in college baseball when you're kind of shuffling guys around, you're bringing guys in from other programs, and so it is really important, especially at a place like Oregon State, It's not the easiest place to play. I think everyone knows that, especially coming in. But the ability to have the right guys, right, even from other places, and because I would say our unit, I've talked about it before with other guys on the channel, right, is the cohesiveness of the unit, and that's something that I'm really excited for. And I think that's something that you not only need to have talent, right, but you have to have the right guys, especially if you're going to make a deep run. And that's something that I'm looking forward to. And I think that we have those pieces this year.
Yeah, no, definitely. People coming out of the portal, it can be a lot of egos sometimes, and it can be a lot of I want to make this much money, but we got the right guys, and they all want to be here, and they all want to compete for playing time and for a national championship. So we definitely have the right pieces.
Heck yeah, man, I'm fired up. Well, I got one last question for you. We're going to go on the personal interest side. The places that you've eaten in Corvallis, Oregon, what is your favorite restaurant right now?
I will say I haven't eaten out a lot, but Bow and Vine, it's a great burger joint. It's got great chicken sandwiches, and then they even have or what is it called, a sauce station. I mean, I've never heard of that before I went there, so that was cool.
Absolutely, man. Bowen Vine. So again, Beaver Nation, if you have not spent a ton of time eating out in Corvallis, AJ Singer
Bow
wants
and
Bowen.
Vine, gotta go to Bow and Vine.
Gotta check it out. All right, AJ, man. Well, like I said, I appreciate it. You're a wonderful addition to the program. I'm looking forward to continue our relationship this year on what we've already kind of built strong. And I'm looking forward to you having a big year and balling out. So I couldn't be happier that you're a part of this squad. And like I said, not only from the physical standpoint, you can kind of play all over in the infield. Ideally, you're going to be up the middle. You can swing it a little bit, and again, the mentality is there. And so we couldn't be happier to have you part of Beaver Nation.
I'm excited. Beaver Nation's been super welcoming, so I'm ready to go.
Heck yeah, man. Well, go Beavs. I appreciate you.
Go Beavs, baby.